Hello and welcome. My name is Raymond Dijoma, and I'm a real estate entrepreneur as well as a property lawyer here in Nigeria. So, in this particular video, we're going to be looking at land banking. Now, we've done 4 series on land banking on this YouTube channel, and you may want to check them out. And this time around, we are adding certain important information that we missed out in the other videos that we have done about land banking, even though we have done 4 parts of it, right? Because land banking is a very wide subject matter. And it's important that we go into certain details so that the information is correct, and then very importantly, you'll be rightly empowered as you consider doing land banking in Nigeria. Of course, we have already established that land banking is highly profitable, and then almost the lowest entry point to coming into the real estate sector as it relates to investment, right? So if you want to do it big in the real estate sector, land banking is one way to be able to do that. And then, of course, we are also already very familiar that one phrase that is very important to us here is the fact that real estate is a sure pathway to building sustainable wealth, right? So, and land banking is one way to be able to start your real estate investment journey, right? So every real estate investor should really consider land banking, right? And I'm also going to share part of the reasons that we're also going to be we're doing this part again, even though so this will be like the 5th part of our land banking conversation, right? So I'll also in this video be sharing you my regrets as it relates to land banking here in Nigeria, my personal regret. So basically, we'll be looking at 5 keys that make land banking profitable and successful. And I know that you really would want to watch this to the very end so that you get all of the information that we intend sharing in this particular video. This video is brought to you by Fortreal Rei Ltd, a real estate company right here in the city of Abuja, and we bring you the very best of real estate investment here in Abuja. As you can clearly see, we don't just share the investment opportunities with you, we also educate you so that you know how to safely and rightly invest in a city like Abuja. So you want to really consider subscribing to the channel and staying in touch so that you don't miss out on any video that we post on this channel. So to do that, you have to subscribe to the channel, you have to turn on the notification so that whenever we post a video, you'll be notified so that you can easily watch the video, right? So the very first thing we need to look at is to just give a quick definition of land banking. So for most persons, they take their money and put it in the bank and leave it, and then after a while, for whatever reason they want to make use of the money, they go there and withdraw the money, right? But for land banking is basically, instead of taking your money and putting it in the bank, land banking is another way or a strategy in real estate investments where you can just take the money, use it to buy land somewhere that is possibly not developed yet, and leave it for a while, and later on decide to sell it or do whatever you want to do with it, right? So that's in summary what land banking means, right? I'm sure you pretty much understand it already. Basically taking your money, buying a land, leaving it for a while, and possibly selling it or developing it whenever you want to, right? So that's what land banking is. So if you want to be profitable and successful doing land banking, the very first thing you need to pay attention to is having a goal. Why do you want to do land banking? There's almost no week that passes that I don't have conversations with new clients who want to start their real estate investment journey. And land banking is always a part of that conversation that I'm happy to talk about. And the reason I'm happy to talk about that is because I know that for most persons, it is that affordable end to real estate investment that they really want to consider, right? And for some persons, even though it doesn't look attractive to some persons, but then gold naturally isn't attractive until, it becomes what we all like to look at it, So as far as land banking goes, it's something I'm happy to talk about, and I like to say in every of this conversation, we always come back to having a goal. Having a goal as to what you want to achieve with the land banking, your end goal as it relates to making that investment is absolutely critical. If you don't have a goal, you may not be able to achieve it. It sounds motivational, it sounds inspirational, it sounds off the conversation, but trust me when I say this, having a goal is critical to making that journey successful and indeed profitable. I'm not going to belabor the point. I pretty much am sure that you get it already. Secondly, we need to look at understanding real estate. If you don't understand real estate, of course, you do not want to venture into it, or you would not want to venture into it, because understanding real estate helps you to have, in fact, see real estate as the umbrella conversation, and then land banking as a strategy in achieving your real estate investment goals. So you need to understand real estate first, generally, before you begin to employing strategies like land banking. You need to understand the importance of real estate. You need to understand why it's important to invest in real estate, and then you need to understand how real estate works. How does real estate work? Real estate is, first, understand that real estate is a need. There are almost 8 billion, if not over 8 billion people on earth. And every of that number, there is definitely a point in their life where real estate is absolutely a need. In the 17th century, there was need for real estate. In the 20th century, there was need for real estate. In 2023, there is need for real estate. And in if for what, I don't know your religion now, but as far as the earth remains, there will always be need for real estate. So if you're an investor in that sector, if you invest in that need, then you would definitely cash out however you, or whatever strategy you decide to apply, right? So that basically just gives you an idea of the importance of real estate. Some people just use real estate, some other persons are investors in the real estate sector. So I believe you're an investor, that's why you're still watching this video up to this point, and looking at making your real estate investment, starting your real estate investment journey rather. Right, so understanding real estate is critical to the profitability and the success of your land banking. The third factor that is important to the success and profitability of your land banking is buying it far. Buy it far. This sounds like a cliche, really, but it's just the fact. And the truth, the sincere truth, is that most persons don't want to buy it far. One excuse that we've had over time doing this business is it is far. It's in the bush. The truth about it is the bush of yesterday is the city of today, and the city of today was the bush of yesterday. So it's either you're going to buy it far or in the bush, or you have to buy it when it is now in the city. And at that point, some persons will say it's expensive. So you are either going to be the guy buying in the bush and it is far, or you're going to buy it in the city and it's expensive. And for some persons, tomorrow or yesterday they'll rather tell you that it's far. Today they'll tell you it's expensive. When you take them to another location, they tell you it's in the bush. When you take them to that way, this is expensive. So they keep going around that circle, and they will never be able to, not the cost, but may never be able to do real estate because of that mindset. And the fact that it keeps circling that mindset, that narrative, it may never be able to do real estate. But if you want to do land banking and be very profitable and successful at it, you really want to buy it far. And guess what? When you buy it far, don't just buy it far, buy it in bulk. Instead of buying one plot or two plots. And here's where I said I was going to share regret with you. The regret I have doing land banking is the fact that when I started up, I wasn't buying it in bulk. All of the land banking I've done just one plot, and that had changed. Prior to understanding the importance of buying it in bulk, I basically was doing one plot. My regret to date, that's like my biggest regret so far. Doing real estate investment in Ekpe and doing just one plot was, forgive me, I think I'm talking to myself right now, was a stupid idea, right? Because looking at how much that is going for us at today, I just look back and I'm like, Raymond, you were really foolish, because the money was okay, not necessarily available. I just finished my wedding at the time when we made that investment. I think I'm one of those guys that did wedding and came back with change, because I was very frugal with my spending, really. Even though it looked like, as a matter of fact, okay, this is already outside of the conversation that we're having, but let me just give you an idea. During my wedding, some persons met my mother-in-law and they were like, are you sure this guy is not a Yahoo guy? Fresh guy, no beards, and all of that. But basically, the point I'm trying to drive at is I had change remaining after the wedding, and that's what we used to immediately buy the land that we bought in Ekpe at the time. And even though the money, I look back and I'm like, okay, I still could have been able to add and get 2 plots instead of just one, right? But That's past, and that's why I'm now sharing with you so that you don't make that same mistake. Because if you buy it in bulk, then you can sell one, two, three, and do something with the rest. And while you leave the other one, or buy or sell one, two, three, build on it, or do whatever, but basically don't buy one. That is my personal opinion, which of course I just told you that is my regret as far as land banking goes. Right. So buy in the bush, buy it far, or and then buy it in bulk. And then if you can't buy it in bulk, then make it multiple, right? So different locations, but make it multiple. But just try to stay away from one unit of anything as far as land banking goes. It's personal opinion, also based on personal experience. And then the fourth thing you need to pay attention to if you want to be successful and profitable with land banking is consistency. Tell yourself, is it one property every year or 5 properties every year? Do that. It is very important. I like to say that even though you can focus on affordability, I said this in the last video that we did, that it is okay to focus on affordability, what you can afford, but don't end at affordability. Add consistency to affordability. So in my mathematics, I say consistency plus affordability will definitely lead you to sustainable wealth. It is only a question of time, because in fact, affordability plus consistency will also lead to compound interest, because compound interest is what brings you the boom as far as your investment is concerned, right? So you need to, even though you can focus, it's okay to focus on what you can afford. Don't just stay at what you can afford. Add consistency to it. In other words, buy 2 properties every year or 3 properties every year, even though they can be in the bush or they can be far, right? So if you can focus on that with consistency, definitely you can still attain sustainable wealth, of course, depending on your definition of sustainable wealth, right? So consistency, affordability, all of that are important quotient of doing very successfully and profitably in land banking. And the very last one I'm going to share with you here, I think I'm already past the time I intend spending in this particular video, so I'm just gonna promise to add to earlier, but I think I'll just leave it at this last one so that this video is not very long already. All right, so for the last point I'm going to share with you is engaging the professionals. Engaging professionals are very, very, very important. People who know what they are doing, people who are in the business, people who understand the importance of location, people who understand everything that helps to keep your investment sustainable, as relates to say title documents or any other thing that is necessary and requisite for the sustainability of that investment. Of course, the profitability and the sources of that investment you're making, right? So it's important for you to engage professionals, because you necessarily may not know all of the things that are necessary for you to attain the success and profitability that you are looking forward to, right? So it's important to engage people who know what they are doing, no matter the location. Just engage professionals who know what they are doing, and they will help you to do that. Achieve your goal as it relates to land banking, right? So that's basically what I intend sharing with you today. I am not actually lost of words or content. I'm actually just out of time, right? So, but I believe this is enough information for this particular video that would really help you as far as land banking goes right here in Nigeria. You can check out the other videos that I've done on land banking. Like I said, this is the fifth conversation we are having on land banking, right? So, and they are all very rich. You really want to check them out right on this channel. Again, my name is Raymond Dijoma, and I'm a real estate entrepreneur as well as a property lawyer here in Nigeria. And just in case you've forgotten, this video is brought to you by Fortreal Rei Ltd, a real estate company right here in Abuja. And we are proud to say that we don't look out for one-time transactions. We want to be part of your financial success story as your journey to building sustainable wealth through real estate investment here in Nigeria. So you may want to subscribe, stay in touch, save our numbers, which are already on your screen, and do reach out to us. And we'll be happy to help you secure something very great here, either by way of land banking or a house you want to live in or you want to use for rental income. Either ways, we are available and happy to serve you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and bye-bye.